we live?
Yeah,
we're doing it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, alright, cool. Hello everybody, welcome to yet another episode of the Dirty Balls Podcast. This is a very special episode because we are here at the Sierra Nevada Brewery.
Yay!
Alright. I'm Ethan, there's Alan, there's Jennifer as usual, but whoa! We have a special guest today.
Who? Where?
Who's that guy over there?
Where?
Right next to me.
Where? Me?
Yeah, you.
Oh, me. I'm Jeremy from Conrads Cowbells.
The other Crawdads YouTube channel.
The other part of the Dirty Bells network.
And I'm drunk, so Alan, start the show.
They can scoot over.
Hey,
No,
not you.
Alright, well,
Well,
first,
we've been at a brewery all day, so that tells you what I've been doing.
Well, we started off at a cidery.
Yeah, set aside,
We went to Boulder Rock,
which is not a brewery, it's a cidery.
unofficial sponsor of the Dirty Balls Podcast.
Very
And
unofficial.
they kicked us out because we kept begging them to sponsor us, and then we came to Sierra Nevada instead.
I thought we were going to flip that where we looked
I was
okay.
gonna say, we left because they kept begging y'all to sponsor the show.
As people walk by not knowing what the hell we're doing.
That's okay.
but first of all, let me go ahead and apologize for last week's episode and not being able to load it up because I was trying to make it better. But,
Speak up, Alan. Camera's
I was
pretty
wondering
far
that.
back.
Howdy, folks.
How you
How
doing?
you doing? How you doing?
Well,
How are you?
making some
Good.
podcast magic over here.
Oh, are you really?
I don't know about magic.
Yeah, come be a guest. Come be a guest for a second.
Sweet.
Hey everybody, introducing this guy.
I'm that guy.
Yeah, hey, camera's over that way.
Hey.
How you
Hey,
doing,
folks.
that guy? We got these people over here having a good time at the Sierra Nevada. So, yeah.
Yes, sir, we
It's a-
are.
Dirty Balls Podcast.
It's a baseball podcast. We're
Yeah,
all
okay.
fans of the same team.
Yeah, I work for a podcast company.
Cool.
All right. It's probably a lot more professional than this one.
Yeah, 'cause we just kind of do this on our own.
Yeah.
It probably gets better with the more beer you have.
True.
Yeah,
Just like everything else.
We don't even have microphones.
What? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, sorry for interrupting.
Oh, you're good.
I like
You're
your
good.
dress. Dinosaurs.
Have a good night.
Did y'all enjoy your evening?
Oh, I got my phone.
All right, so where were we?
But yeah, we recorded it last week in 4K and it stopped the video every 10 minutes.
Oh,
And I
man.
couldn't put it together and it took forever. So we tried to upload it on Facebook and I accidentally uploaded one video twice and it sucked.
So sorry to our
I
fan.
was kind of wondering. I
Our
was like,
fan.
1 minute it was there, like the next minute it was gone.
Yeah, kind of like my sex life.
You guys ever do anything with podcasting stuff?
Oh, cool, yeah.
Work with guys like you that really help build you guys from start to finish. So
All right.
it's all and it's all online. So check it out.
Sweet, thank you
All
very much.
right, yeah.
Have a good night.
Thank
You too. That was a serendipitous moment.
Awesome.
Sweet. I guess it's sweet.
Yeah.
Well, I've only had 4 beers, but that's awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is the end of year podcast, the end of year review,
End of the season.
and
Season 2.
you know we've got some
finale.
highlights and our rankings of what we like and what we didn't like and all that good stuff. So let's start it off with what's your guys' favorite top 5 stadiums?
Well,
We're going to start with that? You really want to start
Why
with
not?
that?
The 3 of you do your top 5, and then the 3 of you do your bottom 5, because I went ahead and ranked them all. So y'all go ahead and do
We don't
that.
have that much time. But
We have that much time. I'll go last.
They close at 10.
Okay, I guess I'll do my
Yeah.
top 5.
We'll let our special guest
Go ahead.
first.
Go ahead and do your top 5 and bottom 5 while we're at it, since we're doing it.
Okay, my top 5, my favorite is Asheville. I mean, I love old stadiums, and they opened in 1924.
We're in Asheville.
Yeah, and we're in Asheville right now, so that's pretty awesome. They've got great food. Their staff's always super friendly. It's a beautiful stadium. I love going up onto the bleachers after the game and looking down on the field. My second favorite is Greenville. I mean, it's a replica of Fenway. Even though I'm a Yankees fan, it's still pretty cool to see. Number 3 is Fayetteville, despite the fact that the Peppers play there. I love baseball, I love trains, and you can sit there and watch a train every 20 minutes go by.
That is pretty cool.
Not to mention that one of the trains is carrying military hardware to and from Fort Bragg, and the other one's passenger trains. You got Amtrak and rocketing by. And then BB&T Ballpark in Charlotte, the Knights, not the dad.
The better one.
That's number 4 for me simply because it has just an amazing view of the skyline at night. That's pretty awesome. And then,
Not like my ranking.
and then, no, I mean, these really, some of these really aren't in order, but like the Durham Bulls, I hate the name of the ballpark, but I love the ballpark and the walk up to it. Thank you for that, Alan. Yeah, the walk up to the ballpark is awesome. You got that old where the factory, the Lucky Strikes factory used to be. Plus it's just a really cool ballpark. And my bottom 5, I really couldn't think of 5. I can only think of 3 that I really don't like. Number 1 with a bullet is BB&T in Winston-Salem.
Yeah, I don't think there's going to be very much difference in that.
Yeah. I actually like the ballpark itself, but the staff just ruins it. They're rude.
That seems to be the sentiment.
They have a guy that looks for people doing stuff wrong. That's just a fundamental flaw in their thinking. And then 5 County Stadium, Mudcats.
Really?
I just hate the way that place is built.
I've never been there.
Yeah, I have to go with that. I totally forget that I've been there before. That's
Yeah,
how much-
it's very forgettable.
Yeah, I'm not kidding.
And number 3 is Intimidator Stadium, but hey, we don't have to deal with that one anymore.
Nope, they don't.
Oh man, that place it had no shade.
No.
Of course, it didn't have any fans either, but yeah, that's really all I've got. I had some others that I really liked, just didn't like, just not quite enough to make my top 5, but no others that I could really put in the bottom.
All right, well, that was very good. Jennifer?
Want me to go next? Okay. Well, I had a top 7, but Alan told me I can't do that because I had to narrow it down to 5.
That's why it's called the top 5.
Yeah, not 18.
Hey, I'm the host. I'll do what I want.
I narrowed down the Pelicans to number 6 and Greenville to number 7. Now, my top 5. Yeah.
Greenville almost made my top. Or Greenville didn't.
Yeah. Number 1 is Durham, of course, because that walk up is just beautiful. Number 2 was Frisco because of the whole atmosphere. Where are the seats? Outfield?
I've heard a lot of good things about
Oh, Frisco's amazing. It's my number 1 spoiler.
Number 3 was Augusta. I just like that place. I don't even know I don't know in particular what I like about it, but
Shake of pimento and cheese.
well.
The beer
I
milkshake.
like as far as aesthetics go, I like that green light all the way across like above the press box.
Yeah.
Yeah, because their colors are green, and then you got that white stadium with that green light. That's pretty cool.
Number 4, I went with Columbia.
You're outside watching the band?
I really liked it when we went and they had the fire truck shooting the water. That's probably what knocked them up there for me. And number 5 is Fayetteville. That's just a beautiful park.
Well, good shout. I've not been to Fayetteville yet. I've heard a lot of great things about it. Alan?
Well, what about
That
the
was my
bottom?
top 5.
Oh, you've not been to bottom 5.
Slow down. Bottom 5.
We were supposed to do this like 6 hours ago, but
Well, let's go ahead and apologize to the White Sox organization. Number 1, Charlotte Knights. I just hate that ballpark.
And that's not it. That's not going to be all for the night.
Number
for the
2.
White Sox.
Number 2, Winston-Salem.
2 White Sox teams.
They're rude.
I can go ahead.
Number 3 is the Mudcats.
Yep, that's.
Number
Yeah, White
4,
They're
Number
very
4 is Greensboro, because we hadn't had good experiences there either.
See, I've never had a bad experience with the stadium stuff. I just
I think
hate
it
the
was just
stadium.
that one time.
I've always had
It was
neutral
just the one
experiences.
time with that rowdy fan with us.
Oh,
As of
yeah.
right now, these are the places that have a bad taste in their mouth.
Yeah.
And number 5,
Speaking of bad
Kannapolis.
taste in her mouth, she does not appreciate good craft beer.
It was okay after I drank enough of it.
Some people just don't like it.
You get
You're right,
used
you're
to
right.
it. And
Go
it
ahead.
was alright. Number 5 I said was Kannapolis. That ballpark just sucked, so.
Good riddance, Intimidator Stadium.
Deuces.
3 of my top 5 is the White Sox organization.
I'm pretty bad on the White Sox in mine, too. Alan?
And that is out of 8 states and 25 ballparks that we've been to.
You've been to 25 ballparks?
Yep.
Holy
Wow.
crap.
I've only been
In
to
8
18.
states.
I've not been
In
to that
3
many.
years.
18.
I don't think I've been to 18.
Wow. I didn't realize we were that many.
Well, it's going to change for me though. Doing all my road trip videos.
Right. Yeah, go check his channel out, Conrads Cowbells. But
The other one,
yeah, my top 5, Frisco's got to be number 1.
obviously.
Yeah, obviously. Number 2, Round Rock.
Really?
Yeah.
I
Placerville.
don't feel like we even remember.
We don't I don't remember Round Rock all that much. It was just the fact that that's where we got the message about the red chicken. So that's going to hold a lot of sentimental value to me. Number 3, Durham. Just for the walk up and the fact that I can walk around the stadium and it's a beautiful stadium and there's been movies filmed there and stuff like that. So that's 3.
Is a movie there? What is that?
I think it might be Canapolis and Timid.
It's a movie that Alan does not like.
Yeah. But number 4, I'm gonna have to say Down East. Just because it's old and that's where we go next when we move up, and it's, I don't want to say more accessible to the players than Hickory, but it's the fact that we go there and those guys are super happy that we're there.
Yeah, they know we come from Hickory.
Right. And so that warms my heart in seeing them happy.
Yeah.
And then I guess number 5 would be Fayetteville, just because it's new.
Did you not put Asheville in there?
Asheville would probably have to be 6.
Honorable mention.
But yeah.
Number 1.
So Fayetteville, just because it's another walk around park, it's new. When we went, they done the military blackout thing, and I'm sure that they're going to do a lot in the future with military stuff. So that's why I got to go with that. My bottom 5, I don't even have 5. It's Canapolis number 1. Well, no, Winston-Salem number 1 in Canapolis, and then like you said, Jeremy said, the Mudcats.
I'm sensing an anti-White Sox.
No, I love the White Sox, with Jameson Fisher, and we've got some good guys there, but it's just those stadiums. So.
Yeah, there's one thing I forgot to mention, or that we, is I'm sure there's somebody who's going to watch this from the Crawdads, and they're going to wonder why none of us have put the Crawdads on there.
Bear in mind.
Now for me, the reason I didn't put it on there is because I'm a Crawdads fan.
It's number 1 for us.
Yeah, it's number 1 in our hearts.
Because it's our home.
We're so emotionally invested in it that we don't see a lot of things that are bad about it. At the same time, we're there so often that me personally, I tend to be hypercritical of things that other people probably don't even notice.
Well, your stuff.
For all of those exact reasons, LP Friends Stadium is 9 out of 18 for me. I put it exactly in the middle because I'm overly critical and too quick to defend it. So that's why I put it in the middle. But I went ahead and, just because, why not, did my top 18 because I've been to 18 ballparks and I wanted to rank them all last first. And there's a sleeper pick. I'm not doing that. I'm going all the way through. There's a sleeper pick in the bottom 5 that you guys didn't do that I can't believe you didn't do. But I'm just going to run through them real quick instead of giving reasons. So number 18, BB&T Ballpark, Winston-Salem, obviously. 17, Jim Perry Stadium, home of Bowie's Creek Astros. There is no shade. It is hot and sweaty and humid and terrible, and there should never be any.
It's college.
There shouldn't be baseball games there ever in the history of the world.
Where's our shade in
I'm too biased to include that. 16, Intimidator Stadium. 15, First National Bank Field. That's Greensboro. 14, Appalachian Power Park, West Virginia. Not to be confused with the Appalachian Mountaineer Casino Resort, Racetrack, and fucking dog track. 13, Nationals Park, one of the 2 major league parks on the list. 12, BB&T Charlotte. 11, First Tennessee Park in Nashville. Didn't even make my top 10. Crazy. Maybe those 1-star reviews have something to say. 10, Burlington. What? 9, LP Friends, like I said. 8, Granger Stadium. 7, the Dale Diamond. That is Round Rock. 6, Durham Bulls Athletic Park. 5, Smokies Stadium. I can't believe y'all didn't include that in your top 5. That's it. Well, that's for a different question.
Is there even shade there?
It's not all about shade, Alan. It's a beautiful park with delicious food, and it's near Pigeon Forge.
We've only been there once.
I've been 3 times.
By yourself.
Number 4, Floor Field at the West End, home of the Greenville Drive.
Wow.
Number 3, McCormick Field. Number 2, solely based on sentimental value, I know Jeremy will scoff at this, Turner Field. And number 1, Dr. Pepper Ballpark in Frisco, Texas.
So there's our top.
We got to
and
stop
bottom.
for a second. Hear the elevator music?
Okay. There's our top and bottom parks that we like. So let's quickly move on because I think they're trying to kick us out here. Favorite player to watch this season and why?
Are you gonna keep going up here?
We're going to go as long as we can. So,
Matt Watley.
I must agree.
He has such an X factor. He's just got that intangible it. He cares so much about the game. He's got the passion. He's running into poles. He's running into nets trying to catch balls. He's angry when he doesn't do well and super excited when he does do well. He argues. He hates Jen, not you.
But yeah, I mean, he argues. He wants every call, and I love that. I mean, yeah, maybe you might want to tone it down a little bit, but I hope not. I hope he keeps that fire, that passion.
There was a play this year where he was safe, where he was out and he was called safe, and then he stepped off and then was called out anyway after being called safe.
Well,
very confusing.
I remember one play where he went to steal second. They threw. He was out. He knew he was out. He got off the bag, walking towards the dugout. There was no call from the ump until he got about 10 feet off the bag, and then the ump called him safe. Then he was tagged out because the second baseman had the baseball, and they just threw it to the third baseman, and he tagged him out.
Your
That
glasses.
was, and he was livid about that. But
I must also say Sam Huff, because he's been so great.
he doesn't love the long ball.
Chicks dig the long ball. the long ball.
Six big long ball. And speaking of Sam Huff, Baseball America named him their Texas Rangers Player of the Year this year.
yes, he did. And who was the pitcher?
Was it Noah?
Maybe.
Colombo. Joe
Well,
Colombo.
yeah, Joe Colombo.
Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Watt as well.
Oh, wow. Yeah,
Like these guys said, I think it's just the fire and the passion that he has. I mean, even when he throws down
Yeah.
second, he doesn't.
Oh man.
When he misses up,
Yeah.
so when he's trying to throw a runner out at second, and he messes the ball up, the next inning when he throws down, he'll do exactly what happened
Yeah.
and try to do it better. So
Yeah.
he's trying to improve his game every chance he can get. So Watt, and of course Sam, and all my guys. So, but
Watt gave me 2 bats this year. So
Without even being asked for.
yeah, I didn't ask for either of them. I was just there. The first one was in Greensboro, and it's the Greenville, and the second one was at home. I was just standing there getting ready to talk to him, like I always do.
Didn't give me any.
What's
up with that? What?
but he cared enough about you to make sure you were going to get home.
He did.
So
Matt,
we can't say that.
Yeah, I talked to Matt after every single game, and for some reason, that one night in Greenville and that one night at home, he just, without me asking, just here's a bat.
And I have to say Tyreek Reed too,
yeah, I like Tyreek.
and Cole Enright, because I mean they'll
Are
actually.
you gonna name the whole
No, that's it.
roster?
Because I mean they'll come out and they'll talk to us, and so.
I like watching Hans pitch.
Yes.
It looks painful.
The elbow is painful.
And Jesus.
I guarantee you that's painful.
And
but-
Kelvin, I love watching Kelvin pitch.
All right, Jennifer, who was yours?
Jax, because he does that knee thing when
You want to get up and do it for us, everybody? Oh my gosh, at least you
when he doesn't even do that for the kid.
What about Josh talking to the bat?
That was my next one, but not because of him talking to the bat, but because of how he runs into the box.
Jack made a couple plays this year that I thought were amazing. When he was, I called them at the time. I said they were Jeter-esque because he made the jump throw that everybody knows Jeter for, and just was dead on with it. It was pretty amazing.
All right, well that takes care of our favorite player. Wait, hold on.
Just walk.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, it is. It's red.
Well, never mind. I was gonna say something. I forgot what it was.
Okay. Well, let's move on.
9 o'clock.
It's 9 o'clock.
9 o'clock.
Okay,
We've been
so
locked in here.
with us going to so many ballparks, and we've got to try the foodage. What's your favorite food at a ballpark?
In general, mine's nachos.
Any particular kind?
Asheville's nachos are always good, but Columbia, good lord, for like $8 you get almost 2 pounds of food.
The Kannapolis nachos were good this
They
year.
were. They were
I have
small,
learned that
but
I
good.
like barbecue on nachos.
Oh yeah, barbecue.
That's something I just learned this year. And we have that now.
I have the
What is
same.
it, ballpark nachos or super
Something like
nachos?
that, yeah.
Something like
I
that.
have the same answer that I had last year,
Brats.
and the same answer that I'm going to have next year, and the year after, and the year after.
Did you like putting long pieces of meat in your mouth?
Not just brats, but specifically the brats at Frisco.
Wow.
And in second place, a very close second, the Italian sausage at the Smokies. But first will always be the brats at Frisco.
Well, my favorite, I ordered 2 of them and only had 2 bites of them.
Oh, by the way, not the tacos at home.
Ugh.
That would be the pimento cheese
Yeah,
cone
tacos are-
in Augusta.
I do have that written down.
I want to try that beer milkshake.
My favorite thing of all was the discovery of beer milkshakes this year.
Yes.
And then the sturdy favorite of the churro sundae at Asheville.
Oh yes, I love the
Oh.
churros.
Okay,
I
let's
think
just,
I've had one of those
let's
every
just
time.
say anything
Yeah.
in Asheville.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah,
much.
pretty
I mean-
Asheville is on point with
So,
food.
yeah. Alright, so,
Oh, they got a good brat too in Asheville. And a good steak and cheese sandwich.
Really? They have a good broth?
Yeah. It's a football. You can check out Jeremy's video about Asheville to see my thoughts about their steak and cheese sandwich. They're Philly.
so that brings us to our next question, and what we really did, none of us really talked
Well,
about.
hold up. New sponsor for the podcast, by the way, and I'll organically bring this up. You know what would go good with any of those food items?
What's that?
A delicious Sierra Nevada Brewing Company
Nope.
beer.
Bold Rock, all the way.
They kicked us out.
Pepsi.
Dr. Pepper.
Cheerwine.
SpongeBob.
Try yourself a, what was this called? Sierra Mesa?
Sierra Mesa.
Try yourself a Sierra Mesa or a foam Pilsner. Both are delicious. Jennifer did not like hers, but I liked it for her.
It was alright.
Well,
I think it was called an FKT.
Fuck.
Brewed with black currants and salt.
But something, this is thing we did, neither one of us talked about on either show. And, of course, our dads lost the championship.
yeah.
Wah wah. You would know that if we had an episode last week.
But it was in part, not by our plays and our hitting and all that stuff, by the shitty umpires.
Oh,
I mean,
Gollum.
those 4, I mean, I don't know. I don't know their names. I just know one of them looks like Napoleon Dynamite and Ron Manson.
Lakem.
And
Bitch lady.
That's
what's the short guy?
Renee Gallagher.
Yeah.
Exactly. So that brings us to
He
our
takes notes.
best and worst umps this year.
Jen Powell.
The best.
Especially the first half of the season.
Yes.
She had some bad games there towards the end, but I'm willing to overlook those because she was so consistent the rest of the year. In fact, she was the one that messed up that play with Watley at second.
See, and Watley hated her.
But I would agree with that, with her being the best.
But here's the thing about her. You're not going to very often get an accurate depiction of what she's really like. Because there's going to be one of 2 people. There's either going to be the, oh, look at me, I'm such a great feminist, she can't do anything wrong. Or there's going to be the, why is she an umpire, she should stay in the kitchen, nothing she does is right. So because of those 2 extremes, you're never going to get an accurate depiction of her. But I think the 4 of us have done that, and I think she's pretty good.
I remember going, like, the first time I saw her was in Asheville, and I went and sat behind home plate.
That was like the first games of the year, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was like second game, I think. I went and sat behind home plate just to see how good she was calling balls and strikes. Because I'm not the type of person who's going to say, oh, well, this person is good just because of, like, you're right, a lot of people will say, oh, she's a great ump because she's female. And a lot of people will say
Okay.
she's a horrible ump because she's female. The heck with that. I don't care if she's male, female, Martian, whatever. What I care about is how she calls balls and strikes and whether or not she gets the calls in the field right. And all but like 2 of the pitches that I can remember, I agree with.
Most of the South Atlantic umps get stuff right about 60% of the time. Jennifer got it right about 73% of the time, which makes her the best.
Yeah.
I'm saying, yeah, Jennifer's of course my favorite. But I don't know their names. But except for Jennifer because
That's my name.
that's how she gets on my nerve.
Because this one right over here.
And but the worst ump, it's either Napoleon or his buddy, whoever you
Renee.
said. But whoever was behind home plate the second game of the championship.
Is anything ever going to top
Whose
the
strike
foul
zone
ball?
was this right here? I'm talking about this year.
Okay.
But you know, this is the strike zone. So if it wasn't in that little bitty box, automatic ball.
I believe that was Cassidy, Sean Cassidy, who was Jen's
Jen's,
partner.
yeah.
Okay.
This
yeah.
was supposed to be the championship umps, like the good ones.
I don't think they chose the best of the best.
I think they chose
I
the
think
worst.
we have 8 umpires in the entire
Really?
South Atlantic League. 4 of them was for the
And
quarter.
they broke up the pair.
We're half and half, so it wasn't the best or the worst. You got a chance to be in the playoff games. So that's my thinking. I don't know, you know, it could be totally.
You know, by the way, we were talking about Hallmark earlier. I think a great romantic comedy would be a male and female umpire and just, you know, see how that goes. But I
There
think,
are a lot of movie ideas in this show.
yeah, I think that'd be a great movie. So, you know, look into that.
I think we should remake the Odd Couple with Matt Dalton and Matt Hagen.
That was my idea. You should act like that's your
That was your
idea.
idea.
Yeah. Another idea. So his joke about we had a lot of movie ideas. We basically had the idea to make the beer version of the Chocolate Factory, where like a bunch of people go on a tour of a brewery and a bunch of nonsense happens. So if any producers are out there, call us. We're gonna make that.
We need to move.
Everybody's still fine.
All right. We need to move along.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Next question.
We can.
Let's do one more question here.
All right. Your best plays and worst plays of the year.
Justin Dean, first pitch of the season, inside the park home run. I know it's not a crawdad, but that was pretty amazing.
You stole mine.
Stole mine.
That was mine too.
He might not even be a crawdad, but he is a former Lenore Ryan
That's
Bear.
right, he is a former Bear. So.
So okay, well we're all 4 on agreement of the best play of the year, Justin Dean's inside the park home run.
All right. Well, there's a bunch of security guards walking around here, so I figured they're about to close up. So I guess we'll.
Want to do worst play real quick?
Yeah. We'll do worst play real quick.
Can you think of one?
Yeah. This one was in Asheville, that same game where I first saw Jen calling the game. Asheville had bases loaded, and I can't remember who it was came up to bat. Well, the guy hit a pretty weak. It would have been a double, but it would have been a weak double. Should have only been 2 runs scored. They wound up scoring 4 runs because they got a double, and the guy tried to throw it into home plate to cut off the second run. Shortstop wound up cutting the play off and tried to throw it second to get the guy out and threw it into the outfield. Hit the ball actually hit off of the Blue Monster, and they wound up scoring 4 runs on a double. Yeah, so that was a pretty horrible throw. That was Augusta that gave up 4 runs on it.
I mean, I guess some of the close calls at home for first base would be blatantly safe, and they would call us out. I guess those would be our worst plays. But again, that goes back to the whole best and worst.
Well, in the championship series, the one game that was at home, there was a clear tie at first that they gave to the fielder instead of the runner.
Worst play. What was the guy's name that hit the home run? He hit the home run to win the championship.
Just go out that way.
Okay.
All right. Well,
we're going to wrap it up now.
yeah, we're getting the red light. So
We'll pick it up later.
we will pick this back up later. We will see you for the rest of episode 2, or of part 2 of episode whatever we're on.
Hello, we're back.
We're back. So, the podcast that was, God damn it, Alan. The podcast that was originally supposed to happen at the Bold Rock Cidery.
Yesterday.
Then moved on.
Yesterday.
Which then moved on to the Sierra Nevada Brewery.
Who touched that?
I did. That was my bad.
The one that started at Bold Rock that didn't happen and then ended up at Sierra Nevada and kind of happened a little bit is now back here at the ball sack where it all began.
Yay!
As we know, the ball sack is where the magic happens.
Where the magic take. I don't even know if Jeremy's in the shot right now. Was he?
I think so.
Okay, cool. Where were we? I'm
Why
super
are you wearing
excited.
sunglasses?
It's dark. It's bright in here.
Because he's a moron.
No, it is not bright in here.
Ah, it's bright. Dumbass.
All right,
Ask the
so.
question.
Well,
our
I
next-
feel like they were getting ready to kick us out of that Sierra Nevada place. So I got a little
Well,
nervous and anxiety ridden, and I didn't even chime in on the best and worst ump, but I didn't have anything written down because usually when you have good umps, you don't even pay attention to their names.
It doesn't matter.
And the worst umps, I
All
feel
of
like all you remember are the bad ones. So.
Everybody.
pretty much the entire South Atlantic League. Probably
Yeah.
would be the worst ones.
All
Except Jen, and even she was in there the last couple of games. I saw her.
all
So what was your best play?
Everybody said the best play was Justin Dean.
What was your worst play?
I didn't have anything for worst play because I don't even. Did you have anything?
Just those suck-ass calls in the championship, in the playoffs.
And that's not really plays, is it?
Mm,
It's more your
calls.
umpires. And
I remember another play. I can't remember all the details about it, but it pretty much led to us losing a game. Where we had a player in a rundown between first and second,
Oh God.
and we totally screwed it up. But,
I remember this now.
oh man, I can't remember who it was. I think Curtis Terry was still with the team.
Maybe.
And,
Yeah.
I think IQ was the catcher
Yeah.
that day.
Yeah.
It was horrible.
Yeah.
But I can't remember all of it, so we'll go on. We'll move on.
We'll move on
Alright,
to
so,
the next question.
What, if you have any, would be your best promotion?
There weren't
And
any.
It doesn't have to be
I got
with.
Did we do promos this year?
I know one.
Okay.
Llamas at the ballpark.
Yeah, that was
Granted, it rained that day and everything.
The whole fucking weekend.
That whole weekend was good because they had the llamas there that one game, and you had the bobbleheads there.
Oh damn.
I still had
I
fun,
can't control the weather.
but Star Wars is normally my favorite promotion, but they really kind of dropped the ball on that shit.
They didn't pick the ball up on it.
And as usual, it rained.
Yeah,
on
but
Star Wars night.
like they had one guy there dressed as Vader.
Yeah, that was horrible.
I mean, at least it was Vader, but one, and then they did.
And Ashley was not even dressed up as Rey. It's very disappointing.
That's right. That's what started the obsession, wasn't it?
Very disappointing.
And they did no between inning.
Everything this year was just
Everything.
this year was just a trivia question or two.
Everything this year has been a little lacking.
Yeah.
But I'm sure that'll be a question going down. So, sticking with promotions.
Well, did you
Well-
have anything for best promotion?
The llamas. The llamas. Come on, what's better than
I
that?
gotta
And
say that was the best.
Anything for away?
I was so excited when I finally got to actually see the team in action as the
The
llamas,
giveaway hat.
which was great.
Yeah, they were alright.
Because it took me
The
5
dogs?
games. It took me 5 games to finally see the llamas play as the llamas. So
Yeah,
I'm
I
very
like-
excited.
I like to see Hickory do what Greensboro did this year. They had every Tuesday home game. They played as their Copa identity.
And see, Lexington does that.
Yeah,
Oh,
Lexington did it every-
played.
Friday.
Yeah.
And it just so happened the championship game was on a Friday. And
Wow.
they were still.
Yeah,
their
they
Copas.
cut short.
I like it when they pick one day a week, and that's
Yeah,
that's
because if
their
you're going to spend that kind of money on the jerseys, and you're going to push them, you're going to have the jerseys in the shop and all the T-shirts and all that.
you gotta wear them regularly.
Yeah,
And
I like the giveaway hat night at Down East because that's
yeah, I
probably
like
the
that.
best
That was a nice hat.
the best hat that I've gotten as a free giveaway.
but I like the snow globe. I mean, come on now. I don't own a snow globe. There we go. So
Now you do.
And that was on the Christmas game, so
Yeah.
That goes well with that.
But all right. So, what kind of promotion would you look for next year? What do you want?
I want Halloween back. I know that.
That was a fun night.
I know they said that the kids get scared because they do the late Hickory Hunts things and all, but
That's
I hated not having the
If you're
Halloween
the
night.
parent of a child that gets scared easily by that, don't come to that game. Why should everybody else suffer?
But I mean, what age
because of
kids
that.
get scared at that kind of stuff?
Pretty young.
Exactly.
You know my answer.
I mean, it's
No,
the parents' job to not get their children scared, not the crawdads.
White Claw giveaway night.
That'd be great. But no,
Tampon
Wrestling
giveaway
night.
Oh.
wrestling night. It doesn't. You don't have to have a person there. You don't have to have like an actual wrestler, because I know it's expensive to get people to come out and do meet and greets.
You
and
just
stuff
have
like that.
Magic Man.
But there's
Yeah.
I know of at least one current.
I feel like the Magic Man days are over now.
Yeah,
I know of at least one current WWE star that's from this area, and that's Braun Strowman. He's from the Hickory area, and he could come out for a wrestling night. I think that'd be cool. He's done minor league stuff before. He did something with the Brooklyn rookie ball team. But yeah, wrestling night, like you get a discount ticket if you wear wrestling merch.
You just want to wear a Speedo. Either reason.
I didn't say dress up like a wrestler. I didn't say dress up like a wrestler. Just wear wrestling merch, and you get a discounted ticket. And every player chooses a different walk-up song for the night. That is a wrestler's walk-up song.
That would be kind of cool.
That would be.
So that's just a couple of little ideas for it.
I mean, I would like a seat cushion giveaway.
That would be cool. They've done some good stuff in the past. Like I've got a duffel bag
And
at home. It's crawdads.
I want my replica championship ring.
You don't
Yeah.
have to go to Lexington to get that. I mean, I helped them win that. So.
No, they didn't win it. I looked up to see what like pop culture anniversaries are coming next year.
It's the dog itching himself.
Okay. I was like, are we about to get in bed? But
We got guns.
Well, like next year is the 80th anniversary. July 27th is the 80th anniversary of Bugs Bunny. Birthday.
Oh wow.
That would be a good
Wow.
night. The Bugs Bunny night, or like a Looney Tunes night, maybe. And it's also the 50-year anniversary on September 17th of the death of Jimi Hendrix. That would be a good night.
Are you gonna have Kyler play the national anthem
That
again?
would be awesome.
That would be which Kyler did an awesome job.
He won't admit it. He told me he did terrible, but I liked it.
I loved it.
I don't think there was a person in that stadium that day that did not like it and appreciate it.
Exactly.
I mean, he rocked it,
Oh, he
literally.
did.
He didn't go full Jimi Hendrix because that would have took about 6 minutes. But still.
Yeah, but I have no doubt he could have done it though.
Oh my goodness, this Sprite that I drank like 7 episodes ago is still down here.
Put it back.
You should have thrown it away when you were done.
So, being that we talked about the promotions and how they didn't really do things in between innings, what around the ballpark would we like to see changed for next year? Because I mean, there's always something that could be done better, like looks or on-field stuff.
They need an actual pole at the red seat, not a piece of electrical conduit with a chain on top of it. I mean, it just looks like crap.
I am most definitely 100% on your side with that one. We need to do something better with that to display it.
I mean, yeah, I applaud the fact that we have a red seat, and I applaud your effort there. That was your deal. You brought that about, and it looks good, except for that it's a piece of conduit with a turnbuckle in the top with chain right through it.
Not that kind of turnbuckle, or that kind of, don't get excited.
Not a wrestling.
Wrestling.
Okay. Alright. Yeah, keep telling your story.
That and I'd like to see a bigger team store. I know that would be a massive undertaking, but
Not that undertake.
I don't think that. All they gotta do is knock that wall down for the nurses station.
They got to come up with something for the nurses.
But there's nobody in
I
there.
know.
Put them in Conrad's dressing room.
I would
Yeah, I would
agree
agree.
with the bigger team store. I think a simple explanation for how we do that is just set up some kind of kiosk or some kind of smaller team store out on the concourse,
But they-
like a lot of
They already do that.
places
They
do.
do that on Saturdays.
Where?
In between the Dippin' Dots and the big fan across from the bathroom.
Ah, yes. Okay. Well, never mind. I'm stupid.
But even that's just a table with some stuff on it.
Yeah, some of the miscellaneous
Kickers
stuff.
and baths.
I'm talking about full on like hats and shirts and
Like in Greenville,
whatnot.
Yeah.
they have an actual. Of course, they have 2 actual team stores.
Have a lot.
They
And
done
then
it.
they have a,
Augusta.
yeah. But in Greenville, they have like the 2 teams. They got the 1 team store outside the main gate, and then they have a smaller team store, which is about the size of ours, inside the stadium. And then they have a kiosk over by the other gate, by the 500 Club.
That's great.
Yeah.
I can count.
And, but anyway, better food. I mean, they went in the right direction this year.
Peppers and onions standard on a bratwurst.
Yeah.
Still a problem.
I still want to see.
Different flavors of White Claw, please. I've had enough black cherry.
I want to see crawfish. And we're the crawdads. We should have.
Well, you shouldn't eat yourself.
Liver mush.
But then we can have cannibal night.
Yeah, or liver mush. Bring back the liver mush.
Bring back the liver mush.
Liver mush. Alan, you're going to have to bite the bullet on that one, but all about the liver mush. I did it all for the liver mush.
We can have some fried bologna.
Yeah. Oh yeah, fried bologna.
And that round steak.
Add you some pimento cheese. Deep fry some stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beer shakes. Bowl
Yeah.
rock
Beer bats.
shakes. Bowl rock
Beer.
shakes.
Bats.
Yes. Beer bats.
Beer bats, please. Please, beer bats.
I mean, it's not hard.
No. You can go on the website, beerbats.com.
Beer helmets.
All right,
I
now.
mean, you know, if
That
you want to do
might-
something different.
That might have to be bring your own helmets.
I mean,
I didn't say.
I think
yeah,
mine-
sorry.
Popcorn helmets.
my big gripe that I've had all year,
Beer cleats.
acknowledge the members of the armed forces, past and present.
Yeah.
Color me
Um,
shocked. Alan went with that again.
Exactly. And one thing that I would love to see, 2 things. One, I want the championship flags flown
Mm-hmm.
all the time.
Yes.
True.
2,
Two.
the awnings outside, it's got the Crawdad logo on it, are so faded.
Yeah. They need
Faded.
to.
They-
Faded.
They need to do that.
We've got a nice looking stadium, and that just.
Yeah. I mean, it makes it look Kannapolis
Yeah.
old.
Yeah. Really.
Ooh, Shadesky.
And
You
back-
said 2, and
yeah,
now
okay.
you're going to
well,
go
back to the promotions. If you're going to have a night dedicated to something,
Do the
Do
thing.
it.
do it. Sounds, images,
All of
in between.
it. Use the
every
camera.
Yeah, and use the camera. I mean, do you not know how to turn it on?
single- It runs up the power bill.
There is a red
Yeah.
button on it. Probably.
Cordless
Might be
camera.
blue. It's probably red.
I mean, all that parking, that we got to pay for,
Yeah.
even on the rainouts that we don't get vouchers for.
Yeah. That's why I buy the.
Season.
I'm buying one next year.
Yeah.
That's what we
As much
said last
as much as we all come, 20 games is paid for.
And I would have to park on the hill every night and almost getting a old lady crash on top of the hill. Did you tell that story on your show yet?
Not.
Alan, have you heard this? Jennifer?
No?
Jeremy, you go ahead.
Okay.
It's your
The last home game,
Oh, lady crash.
we were
it's almost.
almost.
Well,
drunk,
almost.
Drunk
Heidi.
old lady.
Heidi
crash.
almost. Heidi and Adrian almost got it.
Yeah, we were standing around in the parking lot talking after the game. It was me and your boy Ethan there, and Scott
Yeah, boy.
and Adrian and Heidi and Scott's friend
Scott has a friend?
Adam.
What's it
Hey.
called? Yeah, Adam. Sure.
He's-
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, Adam's his name. That's right. And Jordan had already left. Jordan
Because
wasn't.
he's got to drop to Charlotte.
Yeah, Jordan. So he left like almost as soon as the game was over, and we're out there talking. And I actually have my new gimbal with me, my cell phone gimbal.
Stay tuned.
And well, I was out there trying to show people how that works. And this lady comes up and she's like, "Can y'all help me out? I'm stuck in a ditch." And we're like, "Yeah, sure, we'll help you out." She's like, "Well, I'm parked way up there on top of the hill."
Where I already was.
And yeah, where Ethan already was. And well, where your truck was. But so we all piled in our vehicles, drove up there. Heidi and Adrian gave the lady a ride up there, and we get up there, and this lady is like
In the ditch.
In like the front of the car is down in the ditch, and we're just like, okay, we don't know if we're going to push this out. And so we have her get in the car and put it in reverse, and hit the gas to help us out, and we, me and Adrian are pretty big guys, and then you got muscles here, pushing it up. And Scott, Scott's a small guy, but he's pretty strong for his size. And, Adam, we push it out pretty easy.
And then?
Well, at first she just tries to keep on going.
And then?
Well, then she stops. And then Adrian and Heidi's car is right behind hers, and she's like,
close.
Okay. Yeah, it wasn't even that far. It was like she stopped like that far.
She pulls straight out
like
and comes that close to hitting their car.
Yeah, and then she drives, instead of going out of the parking lot to the road, she drives through this like clear little, in between these trees.
Into the other parking lot.
Yeah, into the other parking lot.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and where she went from there, I have no clue.
The long way.
Yeah.
Wherever she was going, she took the long way.
She went the long way.
Because she took the long way out of the parking lot.
Yeah. It was not. I'm pretty sure she should not have been driving.
She was composing herself well outside of the vehicle.
Yeah. Matt asked me if I needed a ride home. He didn't ask that lady. He should have asked that lady.
Where's Matt Watley when you need him?
Yeah, Matt. You should have asked her.
Come on. Come on, Super What? You should have been there.
So is there anything that you would like to see, Jen? Okay.
Well, that's
I mean,
why they pay her the big bucks. The best
nothing
color
in
commentator in the league.
I already said beer baths and shakes. I mean, you covered
You didn't say
everything.
shakes, you just now said shakes.
Whole lot of shaking
One
going
of
on.
y'all said it.
Alright, well,
More cats, but nobody's gonna bring a cat to a
Yeah,
ball
not
game.
one single person brought a
One,
cat that day.
yeah.
No.
I tried to get you to go
Remember?
touch her pussy and you wouldn't
There was
do it.
one.
Yeah, you're right. I remember that.
Was I there that night?
It
I
was
don't know.
Sunday.
There was one.
Probably
Yeah,
not
so
because he
probably
was sitting
wasn't
with
there.
us.
Yeah,
Womp womp.
and there was one lady
He
that
is
had a
bisexual.
cat. Two sections of it.
Bisexual Ellen, I'm here, I'm there, get used to it.
There was a guy who brought a cat like early in the season on a Dollar Dog Night.
He brought some pussy with him.
I was like, "You're an idiot."
Why would nobody
Cat
tell me
at
that?
Dollar Dog Night.
He brought that pull with him.
But,
BYOP night right there. That's what that was.
I mean, we've griped about the place all year. I don't have anything.
This is the one final thing. Maybe they see it and they're like, okay, that's a good idea, and we'll give it a shot for next season.
But you got to remember,
Who? No one's left.
one of the reasons why I didn't include it in my top 5 or bottom 5 is we can be hypercritical because we see it game in, game out.
And we travel to other places and see them do stuff.
And we only, and might I suggest this, when we go to other places, we're only there for one night.
Right.
That we,
Yeah.
if we were there for as much as we're at Hickory, we might start
We see all
nitpicking
the
there
stuff they
too.
don't do.
Oh, I mean,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Negative stuff too.
I mean, in
This is why I
down
don't
east,
want to go to Asheville too much.
down east, the hype guy, he's weird.
yeah.
He's something.
The way he holds the sign for the
Yeah.
the wood and the
That-
duck. Yeah,
oh.
he's
Well, he's not Spasm or whatever the fuck his name is in
Oh.
Greensboro.
Yeah.
There we go.
Spaz
Yeah,
actually,
Spaz.
is
Spaz is
actually
good.
a pretty cool guy. The only thing I don't like about the character Spaz is that high pitched, "Hi everybody, this is Spaz. We're gonna get up for the game."
I close my eyes and
You
I
sure
heard him.
that's not Elmo?
Well, same difference. But the funny thing is that actually is the microphone that does that. That's not his actual voice.
Thank God.
Yeah, I would hate to.
I mean, his voice is fairly high pitched, but not like that.
The last question I can think
Oh, the
of.
last question. What is it?
For me, unless you guys got some more, what ballpark are you most excited about going to next year?
Now, there is an addendum to this question. I'm wondering,
Yeah, well, what ballpark do you want to go to?
Okay, yeah.
is it in general or that we haven't been to yet?
Which ballpark are you excited to
Either
walk
or
into?
both.
Okay, well, one of
all of them.
my favorite ballparks. It's a ballpark that's in my top 5, and I wanted to go this year and didn't. Tennessee. I love going there. Didn't get to go there this year. I know that's one of Jeremy's answers because he's not been there at all yet, have you? And neither
been
is.
by there, but not been to.
Yeah, Frisco. Obviously, it's always good to go back to Frisco. I want to check out. I want to go to the new. Well, it's not new anymore, but I haven't been to it yet. SunTrust Park. I want to go to Globe Life, the new Globe Life, and there's always the obvious answers like Wrigley and Fenway and the historic major league parks. But
But be more realistic.
Yeah,
if we're talking
minor league,
but
Let's keep it minor league.
we're talking minor league here. Frisco, Tennessee, Corpus Christi, and we didn't go to Durham this year. I'd like to go to Durham.
We did.
I didn't go to Durham this year. I'd like to go to Durham.
I want to go back to Durham. I want to go see the Trash Pandas.
Oh, Fayetteville. I forgot to mention
Right,
Fayetteville.
yeah.
I've not been this year.
I want to go see the Trash Pandas. I don't know the name of their stadium.
They'll be there next year. Is that
Yeah.
right?
Still not been to Mudcats yet. That's the only place in the state I've not been to besides Fayetteville. But
Where
that's
are
new.
the trash pandas?
Alabama.
Alabama.
Not too bad.
Greenville, Asheville,
Well, we
That's
got back to
enough out of
Augusta.
you. It's enough.
Augusta.
Why don't you just say everywhere?
I've been everywhere. I've been to Greensboro,
Yeah,
Asheville.
I can pretty much say everywhere for me. I mean, I love going to ballparks. Yeah, love going to baseball games. I mean, I'll even go to Asheville when the Crawdads aren't playing.
For that food.
Yeah, for the food, for the atmosphere.
Myrtle Beach. I've not been there yet.
Didn't I say that was enough? of
Isn't
you?
this my show?
No.
Oh,
Our
motherfucker.
show, numb nuts.
My deal.
And when you
let's see.
out
Uh,
and don't want to do no episodes, me and Lucas and Cooper are going to come down here.
All right, fine. The
And do
Cooper
some-
Sabbath. Okay, ask Cooper some baseball
Well-
questions, and we'll see what happens.
It'll be fun.
The only thing here that says this is your show is you. We're
That's
in
right.
their house
Mm-hmm.
with their equipment.
Yes.
What did you bring?
The idea.
He brought
yourself.
himself the ideal.
The idea. I was the one that originally said, "Let's start a podcast,"
You said I want to do a podcast.
and then you said, "Okay, let's do one."
About baseball.
Well, I said I got the ball rolling on the podcast. I came up with a name.
Just say
So-
okay.
I came up with the name.
How about
no,
we
you
say?
did not.
Yeah, it is.
No, you
It's
didn't
my
either.
chance. It was my
How
chance.
about this?
So then you came with.
How about we just
sure.
say that it is all three of y'all's?
No, it is Ethan's.
Okay, what ballpark are you looking forward to, Jennifer?
Well, since y'all expanded it a little, Greenville, because we didn't go this year. Yeah, I know y'all did, but we didn't get to go this year, and I really like that ballpark.
That's actually my most popular video. Is the Rome Braves and Greenville Drive.
But the ballpark I haven't been to yet, the other one that I wanted to go to this year that we didn't go to, Hartford Yard Goats.
Oh,
Where's
yeah,
that?
awesome.
Hartford,
Hartford.
Connecticut.
There's lots of Hartfords. Hartford, fucking Idaho. I don't know. There's probably more than one Hartford.
Kannapolis.
Well, I mean,
That is true.
that's a given.
New
though.
stadium.
Yeah, we're definitely going to do that.
Landis, North
Kannapolis,
Carolina.
whatever.
I want to go to Delmarva in Rome.
I want to go to the Screw Teresa.
Yeah.
At
I want to go.
I want to go to Hagerstown just to see how shitty it is.
Yeah, I kind of do too. But yeah, I think we should definitely go to Rome.
That's where the All-Star game is.
Oh.
Yeah. And since
That-
we're-
yeah.
I don't know where the Double A or the High A or Double A All-Star game is. I need to look that up.
Yeah.
So, but that's all the questions that we've had written down. You got any more? Anything to add?
It was a great season.
It was a great day going to the cidery and the brewery today.
Yeah.
That it was.
And this, I gotta say, this is one of the most fun teams that I've ever, crawdad teams that I've ever watched. I mean, not just on the field, but over there sitting in 115, we really kind of get to see them picking with each other and stuff in the dugout and all the antics that they do and stuff. They've just been a fun team to watch.
They are hyped up for each other.
They are. And the Jose chant that they do before each game, that's awesome. And I hope next year they do something similar.
I'm sure when he takes the mound.
Oh, definitely. Looking forward to that.
Well, next year we're going to get to see JJ as the GM, probably. As not GM, but the manager of the team, probably. So, which will be great.
Yeah, if it's not Hagen, that's what I hope it is.
It won't be Hagen.
I don't think it'll be Hagen either. Yeah. Because I don't think Rags will be in down east.
Nah,
Hopefully-
he's going to go back to doing his roving job.
Yeah.
Hopefully next year we can make it 2 games farther.
Yeah. Hopefully down east will too.
Yeah.
And hopefully Spokane will too. But yeah, hey, I'm kind of looking forward to next year's team because Spokane make the playoffs too. So,
207 days to the opening day
Oh,
here.
that's
in
a
Hickory.
lot of days.
But it's a lot closer than it was.
that's true.
Sure. It was 208 days, like 20 minutes ago.
True that. True that.
This is the longest this has been a day-long podcast, and it's only going to come out like 45, 50 minutes. It's taken us all freaking day.
Are you bitching?
No, I'm not.
We went to a brewery
it's been a great
and
day.
a cidery.
It's been a great day. It's been a great day.
The only thing we didn't do that we said we was going to do was throw axes.
Yeah, we saw Homeboy from Collective Soul with his other person.
I said we were going to throw axes after we recorded this.
Well, let's go get some axes. We can go to CVS, get some axes. It's like, what, $4 a bottle? That shit's cheap. We can go get some.
I was like, what the hell is he doing there? He pulls another one.
Yeah.
There are a couple bottles of axe up there in the shower.
See, we can go throw
Yeah.
We can take those.
Stay tuned. Maybe we'll have a video of axe throwing.
Take those up there, then find us a nice ritzy people that's got fountains and just squirt them in there.
Okay. Thank you to the Crawdads for being an amazing team to watch this year. Thank you to everybody in 108 and 115 and everybody that comes to the games. Thank you to everybody that left 1-star reviews, which gave us a lot to talk about. Thank you to Jeremy for coming on this episode.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Jennifer Day, take it away.
Well, hell no. This was the finale episode. I don't have anything to take it away with.
You know,
It
take
is-
away the whole season.
It is 12:30.
You don't have nothing to take it away? Then I got something.
Oh,
Wait a
boy.
minute. We were going to rant about something.
Alan's
This
got
one I'll take
something.
it away.
Well, I will tell you.
Alan's got something for
Yesterday-
that ass.
Yesterday at lunch, I got a mango slush from Sonic.
Delicious.
And then when I was walking in the house last night, I dropped it. And I hadn't drunk it all. And I was going to put it in the refrigerator and drink it the next day. But I couldn't because I dropped it. And it made me angry and sad. And what were we going to rant
She
about?
dropped it.
Dropped it.
Well, Andrew Jackson just walked in.
I can't believe she dropped it.
When you go to
Robbie.
Just drop the freaking
when you go to the
slushy.
brewery, you can take a shuttle. It's a bus. When you get on, if you're the first one, go to the back.
Dropped it.
Shut up.
Just because you might have some light color doesn't mean you gotta sit up the front. You can go to the back.
Right.
And trust me, it's Sierra Nevada. It's all white people.
No.
I saw a couple.
Did you count?
I do that sometimes.
There's Andrew Jackson.
Andrew Jackson.
Right over there. Dear Diary, I saw a black person today. I think her name was Shalissa.
Shaniqua.
But anyway, thank you guys this year. I'm sure we'll.
I think it
Throw
was
another
Shaniqua
video.
and Andre.
Okay, that's
That was the couple.
That's plenty.
And then Tyrone came in.
But yeah, we went. There was a lot of granola hippies out there today, which was great, and they didn't want to sit in the
Someone
back.
came in at the end.
But we'll probably do some shows during the winter and the off. So just to say hey.
I plan on updating at least through the end of the Arizona Fall League.
That's very nice and professional of you. Some people seem to not have time for that. I don't know if you've noticed, but when it gets to the end of a show, our host will just get up and start wandering
Start
around.
pacing around.
Like he
yeah.
can't wait to turn that camera off because he got
But there's
others
no
to get
beer
the
to
booze.
drink and there's no
Yeah.
There's
football.
nothing to
And there's
here.
nothing to do here but drop, drop slushies. That's all. It's right here's a slushie. She dropped it. I'm sorry,
But
guys.
you know what?
This is what happened.
If she drops the slushy, it wasn't hot.
Drop it like it's hot.
Sun drop. Thank you, Chase. for reminding me about that.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Chase. Yes.
And I guess the other Lexington Legends.
No, the rest,
Uh,
screw the rest of them.
Yeah,
Just
screw
Chase.
Well, the other catcher that was laughing at with us when we were picking on him, he was cool.
The one that went to school around here.
Boys around there.
That was the pitcher.
Yeah, what did you say?
Yeah.
Oh, the other
The other
catcher.
catcher.
Most of you guys.
We went to school around here.
I did.
I can't remember his
No,
name.
talking about on Lexington.
He went to Hickory. Did he say he went to Hickory?
Where'd you
And
go?
then I was Saint. He didn't go to St. Stephen's. I think he said Hickory.
Maybe. For a couple of years. So, big boy. So, but yeah, congratulations to those guys. We're going to whoop that ass at the home opener.
Yeah, although I won't be at the home opener.
Yeah, me either.
I'll be in Kannapolis.
Me too.
I don't know. We might not be going to West Virginia.
It's a new ballpark opener. I've never been to one of those. First game, the new ballpark.
I have.
Yeah, we have.
Well,
New team, new
well,
name.
I say I've never
And,
been to
when
one.
is that?
I have been to one.
October?
LP France.
Oh, okay. Are we special?
What?
I was at LP France first game.
But I think it's October 23rd is when they're going to do the name for the Kannapolis.
Yeah,
I feel like it's 26.
I would have been at that
And,
game if I was not -6 at the time.
The Crawdads are revealing something here in a couple of weeks.
How do you know?
At least that's the rumor I heard.
The Crawl kids.
They're I think they're gonna unveil like the new
Jersey.
new alternate logo, new jersey.
Great, another tattoo.
Woo!
I mean, it might be sometime between now and the beginning of the season, but I was under the impression that it was sometime here next.
I thought they were going to do it when they dropped the ball for the
Yeah.
new year. They were going to, but as usual, you know,
That's solid.
they say a promotion and
Well, now there,
Hey,
it might
we
be,
did this thing,
It might be
we're
one of
going.
minor leagues rules because that's why Kannapolis couldn't. Kannapolis was not allowed to announce their new identity until the playoffs were done.
Even though they weren't in them.
Yeah. Well, I think that's just a
yeah.
minor league baseball wide. That and it wasn't just the South Atlantic League playoffs. It was until after the championship, the AAA championship game, they weren't allowed to say a word. At least that's what the guy at Kannapolis told me.
All right, Ethan, go turn it off.
Huh?
Let's go to bed.
Well, we're not done yet.
There's dinosaurs on my dress.
Because Alan, we still have to say our closing remarks. You know, you gotta
You know,
You gotta-
motherfuckers.
you gotta wear red on Fridays, and you gotta go to Bold Rock in Mills River, North Carolina, and get yourself lots of delicious ciders and/or seltzers, mainly ciders. And then you go to Sierra Nevada while you're there, and take the tour, and then come all the way back to finish your podcast.
In
So
2 days.
that's
You
right.
know what you're also
And-
supposed to do?
What?
Go over to Conrads Cowbells.
Abide by the code.
Abide by the law.
Bye, buddy.
Deuces.
That's a good way to close it on a sneeze. Smells great, doesn't it? You don't like it, Jennifer? Yep. I was asking Jeremy to make a candle out of it.
And how much we can get for that copper? I can't describe it.
Yeah, you're still not going to see you over there. Yeah, see, can't see you at all. I can see your hand. And even the couch is kind
You
of,
sit here, Jeremy's gonna sit there, and Ethan's gonna sit on Jeremy's lap.
no. Ethan's not sitting in my lap.
Hey, Jeremy.
Oh, wow. You gonna fit right in that little hole.
That's what she said.
Well, just leave it alone. Just leave it alone. The storage table doesn't like move. Just stays. Add this on your finger.
I would love to get my copy of that.
Where it's I think it's the new Star Wars, and it's all the lightsabers have been replaced by Owen Wilson saying "Wow." Oh, Cameron and I are upstairs documenting notes.
You what?
Let's tell them to come over here so we can do this.
I read the part of the notes apart. Because I'm busy. Where's my pen?
Wow.
Bring me a beer.
Hey, listen, we're going to do this self-guided tour, man. We have we got keys to the palace. Yeah, why don't you meet us over here? It's on the second floor. Lily, right as you go up the stairs, from the first floor, take a left. I'll look for you. We'll wait for you. We'll wait. Second floor.
I can't wait to go home. Excuse me.
Wow.
No.
We had to stop it and then restart it.
No.
You can't just jump in.
Why not?
Because it might be 20 minutes.
Back in a minute.
It's hot as fuck up here.
Yeah, it is.
Dude, I didn't see any signs in the gift shop, but I would buy one.
He's figured it out. He'll be back in a minute.
Is that on our group?
Wow.
Is it?
Yeah.
Where's the
I figured it out.
No, sir.
I'm not going any further.
No, this was awesome.
No, I gotta wait for them.
I take it you already got it.
Yo. Wow. Norfolk and Lay. Hey.
You guys had self-guided tour. You guys break in.
Yeah, self-guided tour, aka Beanie. Wow. Oh, wow.
Who was that?
Oh, that was some goofy looking guy.
Oh, hey. Sounds like
See, Goosey had his wife had the baby.
it. No, I didn't see that. Nice.
No, it was born on the 9th.
That was awesome.
What if I have 7?
7 what?
Top 5.
And that's impossible.
Where are you guys from?
Hickory.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Have you always lived there? Or?
Yeah.
And I had a buddy who used to manage one of the Lowe's in Hickory. His name was Marty Nicholas.
No lows.
Got any David Sage? You ever hear that name?
Yes.
Did you?
I worked for Lowe's for 19
Okay.
and a half years.
Did you really? What'd you do?
Pretty much everything.
I hear you. So you worked with Brown and Milmart and all those guys, yeah.
Yeah, I worked at the store level.
Yeah.
For a while, I went around helping open up new stores.
Oh, really? So who were you working with then? Sandy Allen or?
Yeah, for a little bit. And I was, I never was really high up, but yeah, I worked with, what's his name, Gunther. Oh man, that's been
Oh, yeah.
10 years ago.
So had you been 10 years earlier, you'd have been in great shape. It was a great company.
Oh yeah. When I left, it was going
yeah.
down in big time.
Well, you know what they can afford to do for 100,000, 80,000 people, they can do it for 200,000 people. So you were there. If you remember, we had the employee discount that was 2% above cost. I lost that.
Employee credit card.
And then they said, well, what we'll do, we'll give you the extra week's vacation. Well, hell, I already had 4 weeks vacation. That's all you got. I just lost, you know.
Oh yeah. I really
But
enjoyed
you know, they
it.
didn't have to do it. Now they don't do anything.
No.
But Home Depot didn't either. That was one of those things that, I don't know if you followed, but like Lowe's would, Home Depot being number one, they would catch it between the eyes. There were no female upper management.
Yeah.
So they were getting class action suit. So the next week, Teresa Anderson was promoted to senior vice president.
Wow.
There were no African Americans in upper management.
Yes.
Home Depot got sued, so the next week, but we used to get the lumber from the same place. We used to get it from Cox. Home Depot got nailed because they did not have green lumber, environmentally friendly lumber. Next thing you know, we were getting the environment. So there's a lot to be said for being number 2.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I enjoyed it. It's a lot of work, a lot of headaches.
It was. It was.
But it was.
It used to be a really fun
Used to
place
be a
to
lot
work.
there. Oh yeah. I worked in Rock Hill when we had 35 employees. Now I'm here to tell you, we worked hard, but you didn't know it.
Yeah.
And then when we went to Palmer, I was a front end manager.
Yeah.
And I had 65 cashiers.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot of cashiers.
Oh man, I was very thankful when they were calling in sick.
Yeah. I remember there were times in Hickory where we probably needed 65 cashiers.
Oh yeah, there were. David used to talk about, and her cashier, she'd start at 8, go to lunch at 12, never come back.
Yep. Oh yeah. That happened all the
Joy
time.
Hunt, you remember Joy?
Oh, I know Joy. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. But yeah, that was like it went from being a really fun place to work to almost hell on earth.
Oh yeah.
Oh, we're doing it this way. Okay. Well, are we
I
going
got
to
out
shut?
before it reached that point. And
Yeah.
I saw it.
I was just lazy.
Yeah, I wish
Oh,
I
you
had
made me
gotten
spill
out.
my beer on Jeremy's shoe.